Most people think strength is something you can see. They think it's physical power, loud confidence, or bold actions. But the strongest people you will ever meet often look calm, quiet, and controlled. They are not easily shaken. They don't panic under pressure. They don't break when things go wrong. They stay grounded, focused, and steady no matter what life throws at them. That is what it means to become mentally unshakable. Being mentally unshakable does not mean you never feel fear, stress, or doubt. It means those feelings don't control you. It means you feel everything, but you are not ruled by anything. You remain in control of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions even in the toughest situations. And in today's world, this is not just a powerful trait. It is a necessary one. Life is unpredictable. Challenges will come. People will disappoint you. Plans will fail. There will be moments when everything feels uncertain. And in those moments, your mindset becomes your foundation. If your mind is weak, everything shakes. If your mind is strong, you remain steady. So the question is not whether life will test you. It will. The real question is whether you will be ready when it does. Becoming mentally unshakable starts with understanding one important truth. You cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. This is where your power lies. Most people spend their energy trying to control things outside of them, other people, outcomes, situations. And when those things don't go their way, they feel frustrated, angry, or helpless. But mentally strong people focus on what they can control, their reactions, their mindset, their effort. They understand that control is internal, not external. Think about a storm. The wind is strong. The rain is heavy. Everything is chaotic. A weak tree bends, breaks, or falls. But a strong tree stands firm. Not because the storm is weak, but because its roots are deep. Your mind is your root. If your mindset is shallow, life will shake you easily. But if your mindset is deep and strong, you can withstand even the toughest storms. So how do you build that strength? It starts with self-awareness. You cannot become mentally unshakable if you don't understand your own mind. You need to observe your thoughts, your reactions, your patterns. Notice how you respond to stress. Notice what triggers you. Notice how you talk to yourself when things go wrong. Most people are not aware of their thoughts. They simply react. But awareness gives you a choice. And that choice is everything. When you become aware of your thoughts, you can question them. You can challenge them. You can choose whether to believe them or not. Because not every thought you have is true. Your mind will often exaggerate problems. It will create worst-case scenarios. It will tell you that you are not good enough, not ready, not capable. But those are just thoughts, not facts. Being mentally unshakable means learning to separate yourself from your thoughts. Instead of saying, "I am not strong enough," you begin to say, "I am having the thought that I am not strong enough." That small shift creates distance. And in that distance, you gain control. Another key to mental strength is emotional control. Emotions are powerful. They can influence your decisions, your behavior, and your mindset. But they are not meant to control you. They are meant to inform you. Anger, fear, frustration, sadness, these are all natural. But reacting impulsively based on these emotions can lead to regret. Being mentally unshakable means you feel your emotions, but you don't let them drive your actions. You pause. You breathe. You think. You respond instead of reacting. This is not easy. It requires practice. But over time, it becomes a habit. And that habit becomes your strength. Another important trait of mentally unshakable people is resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. It is the ability to keep going when things don't go as planned. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. Every successful person has faced failure. The difference is that they did not stop. They learned. They adapted. They continued. When you become mentally unshakable, you stop seeing failure as something negative. You start seeing it as feedback. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" you ask, "What can I learn from this?" That shift changes everything. Because now, every setback becomes an opportunity to grow. Another important aspect is discipline. Discipline is the ability to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like doing it. Motivation comes and goes. Feelings change. But discipline stays. If you rely only on motivation, you will be inconsistent. But if you build discipline, you become reliable. And consistency is what builds strength. Every time you follow through on what you said you would do, you build trust in yourself. And self-trust is a foundation of mental strength. When you trust yourself, you don't hesitate. You don't doubt. You act with confidence. Another key element is perspective. The way you see things matters. Two people can go through the same situation and experience it completely differently. One sees it as a problem. The other sees it as a challenge. Your perspective shapes your reality. Mentally unshakable people train themselves to see difficulties as opportunities. They look for solutions instead of focusing on problems. This does not mean they ignore reality. It means they choose a perspective that empowers them. Instead of saying, "This is too hard," they say, "This is making me stronger." That mindset keeps them moving forward. Another powerful habit is controlling your environment. Your environment influences your mindset more than you think. If you are surrounded by negativity, it affects your thinking. If you are constantly exposed to distractions, it affects your focus. So be intentional about what you allow into your space. Limit negative influences. Surround yourself with people who support your growth. Create an environment that encourages discipline and focus. You don't have to be perfect, but you should be intentional. Another important concept is acceptance. There are things in life that you cannot change. Holding on to frustration, anger, or resistance does not change those things. It only drains your energy. Mentally unshakable people accept reality as it is. Not because they like it, but because they understand that acceptance is the first step to moving forward. Once you accept something, you can deal with it. You can adapt. You can find solutions. You can take action. But as long as you resist reality, you remain stuck. Acceptance is not weakness. It is strength. Another key aspect is patience. In a world of instant gratification, patience is rare, but it is essential. Building mental strength takes time. Growth takes time. Success takes time. If you expect immediate results, you will become frustrated. But if you understand that progress is gradual, you will stay consistent. Patience allows you to keep going even when you don't see immediate results. And that consistency leads to long-term success. Another important trait is confidence. Confidence is not about believing that everything will go perfectly. It is about believing that you can handle whatever happens. Mentally unshakable people trust themselves. They trust their ability to adapt, to learn, to overcome. Even when they feel uncertain, they move forward. Because they know that action creates clarity. Another powerful practice is controlling your focus. What you focus on grows. If you focus on problems, they feel bigger. If you focus on solutions, you feel more in control. Train your mind to focus on what you can do, not what you can't. This does not mean ignoring problems. It means not getting stuck in them. Shift your attention to action. Ask yourself, what is the next step I can take? And then take it. Another important element is self-talk. The way you speak to yourself matters. If your inner voice is negative, critical, and limiting, it will affect your confidence and your actions. But if your inner voice is supportive, encouraging, and strong, it will empower you. Start paying attention to your self-talk. Replace "I can't" with "I will try." Replace "This is impossible" with "This is challenging, but I can learn." These small changes create a big impact over time. Another key to becoming mentally unshakable is stepping out of your comfort zone. Growth does not happen in comfort. If you always do what is easy, you remain the same. But when you challenge yourself, you grow. You build confidence. You build resilience. You build strength. So seek discomfort. Not extreme discomfort, but controlled challenges. Do things that push you slightly beyond your limits. And over time, your limits will expand. Another important habit is staying present. Many people are either stuck in the past or worried about the future. But mental strength is built in the present moment. Focus on what you can do right now. Take one step at a time. Do what is in front of you. When you stay present, you reduce stress and increase clarity. Another powerful idea is letting go of what you cannot control. Holding on to things you cannot change only creates frustration. Mentally unshakable people focus on what they can control and let go of the rest. This frees up energy. And that energy can be used for growth, action, and improvement. Another important aspect is consistency. Mental strength is not built in one day. It is built through daily habits. Small actions repeated over time create big results. Stay consistent. Even when it is hard. Even when you don't feel like it. Because consistency builds momentum. And momentum creates progress. Another key idea is purpose. When you have a clear purpose, it becomes easier to stay strong. Because you have a reason to keep going. You are not just reacting to life. You are moving towards something. Take time to think about what matters to you. What are your goals? What kind of person do you want to become? Let that guide your actions. Finally, remember this. Becoming mentally unshakable is a journey. You will not be perfect. You will have moments of doubt, fear, and weakness. That is part of being human. The goal is not to eliminate those moments. The goal is to handle them better, to recover faster, to stay grounded, to keep moving forward. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to become stronger. Every obstacle is a chance to build resilience. Every moment of discomfort is a chance to grow. So don't avoid challenges. Embrace them. Because they are shaping you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. You have more strength within you than you realize. You have the ability to control your mind, your actions, and your direction. And when you develop that control, you become unstoppable. You become mentally unshakable. If you made it this far, it means you are serious about becoming stronger, more disciplined, and more in control of your life. So don't just watch this and move on. Take action. Apply what you've learned. Start building your mental strength today. And if this video inspired you, make sure you support the channel. Like this video so more people can see it. Turn on notifications so you never miss content that will help you grow. And subscribe to the channel to stay on your journey of becoming stronger, more focused, and mentally unshakable. Your future is built by the strength of your mind.